Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeanette. I hope you're all doing well. I've had some requests on whether I could do a video about how I make my matcha tea, so that's what we're going to be doing here today. And I can't take any credit for what I do because I learned how to do all of this by watching Dr. Andrew Weil's YouTube videos and reading information on matcha.com. So I will go ahead and throw some links down in the description box for you if you'd like to learn a little bit more about matcha tea. Matcha is very special, not only in the way that it's grown and harvested, but because we consume the entire tea leaf. So it's really important to get really good quality matcha tea. So if I could recommend anything, it would be that. I did go ahead last year and purchase a matcha making kit that has a very beautiful handmade Japanese bowl, a whisk, and a bamboo scoop. And now I make a ritual out of my matcha. But you certainly don't need to do that to have a good cup of matcha tea, but I do recommend that you get a good quality one. I've been drinking and enjoying matcha for decades, and now I get it from matcha.com, and I'm not sponsored by that company at all. You can certainly get very good quality matcha elsewhere, I'm sure. It just happens to be something I stumbled across because you guys know that I'm a huge fan of Dr. Weil, and he happens to own that company, and I stumbled across all this when I was rereading his books and watching his YouTube videos and reading things about him online. So that's how I stumbled across it, and it is really good quality tea. So far I've really enjoyed it. All right, so let's get into how I make my basic hot matcha tea, and then sometimes I add soy milk if I want to make a matcha latte. So I'm going to show you a couple ways that I make my matcha. This first is going to be using the bamboo whisk. So there are some items here from my matcha tea kit. And here's my matcha tea, which comes in a tin to protect it from moisture and light. Like I said, just make sure you source a really good quality matcha. This also came with a beautiful Japanese bowl, and this is the vessel I'm going to mix my matcha tea in. And my kit also came with a bamboo scoop, which helps to measure out just the right amount of matcha tea, but you could also use a teaspoon. It also came with a sifter to help sift out any clumps from the tea powder, as well as this beautiful whisk, which helps make it into a nice frothy drink. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some hot water and warm up my bowl. So I'm just going to pour like a couple ounces or so into the bowl and let it sit for about a minute just to warm the vessel up. Then I'm going to drain the water off and dry it out with some paper towels. Now that my bowl is warmed up and dried, I'm going to put my green tea directly through that sifter into the bowl. So I carefully open up my tin so I don't lose any of that precious tea, and look at how beautiful, green, and vibrant that is. The directions I follow tell me to use 2 bamboo scoops. I have in the past used a regular measuring spoon, and I think that this amounts to about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon, but whatever brand of green tea you use, just follow the directions that they give you. And I just sift the green tea through that sifter into the bowl, and I use the bamboo scoop to kind of help it along. After my green tea is sifted, then I add a little bit of hot water, and I add somewhere between maybe 2 to 4 ounces. It's not much, I know that. And then I use my whisk, and I start by going in a back and forth motion just to get everything mixed up, and then I really start to agitate it in all different directions so that I get that nice frothy foam on top. Then I just pour my green tea into a glass, or I can drink it also right out of that beautiful bowl. And if I want to turn this into more of a latte, I add about 1/4 cup of plant-based milk, and here I'm using soy milk. Now I'm going to make a green tea latte using a little handheld battery-operated frother. So this takes a little bit less time to do, and I just measure out my green tea directly into my cup. I add my hot water, about the same amount, 2 to 4 ounces or so. And then I use a little battery-operated handheld frother to mix everything up so I don't have to sift the tea into the cup. And it creates a beautiful foam on top, just like the whisk. And if I want to turn this into a latte, I again add just about 1/4 cup of soy milk. So that's how I make my hot matcha and my matcha latte, and you can certainly make this iced as well, but I use unsweetened plant milk in mine, and I don't add any sweetener because I enjoy the taste of this without any sweetener. Matcha tea has kind of a grassy flavor and aroma to it. It's kind of hard to explain. It's not like fresh cut grass. It has just a very fresh and green herbal aroma and kind of a savory taste to it. So I really enjoy it without any sweetener in it, but you could add sweetener if you so choose. So I hope you guys get to learn about and experience the beauty of matcha tea and all the love and care that goes into producing this, because I really do consider this to be liquid gold and it's such a special part of my day. And I hope you guys are able to make that a special part of your day as well. All right, thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.